Speak with Power.
Hello and welcome to the maiden episode of Speak with Power, the program that teaches you everything you need to know about public speaking. Speak with Power is brought to you by the School of Eloquence, Nigeria's home of public speaking, where we teach people how to speak well in public. This program is designed to educate you, to inspire you, and to challenge you with reference to the art of public speaking. Many people from various walks of life grapple with this all too important skill. There are people who work for organizations, people involved in sales, people in politics, people who are in the social enterprise sector, and in various other endeavors. When it's time to be heard, when it's time to take the stage, they struggle, they wobble, and in most cases, they fail. This program will unbundle the subject matter and demystify what public speaking is all about. This program will also show you the tips, the techniques, and of course the stories of ordinary people like you and I who have stepped up to the plate, and because they have learned how to speak in public, they have carved a niche for themselves. My name is Ubal Gisied, certified speaking professional and the Dean of the School of Eloquence, and I will be your host throughout this program. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll begin the eloquence journey. For us here at the School of Eloquence, our primary focus is on the art of public speaking because it's a major problem. The essence of this course is to focus you on the subject of public speaking.
I got a lot more than I actually expected. I have the few years I used to have.
The more you speak, the better you are at speaking.
School of Eloquence is the place you can be, and there's a turnaround. That change you are expecting, you get it there.
Welcome back. The program is still Speak with Power, where we teach you everything public speaking. You might be a politician, a classroom teacher, a businessman, an engineer, whatever field of human endeavor you find yourself in. You could even be a traditional ruler or part of the clergy. The truth is, sooner or later, you will be asked to get up in front of people and speak in public. On the program today, we've got a drama skit for you titled The Bland Ambassador. You'll be amazed when this skit comes up, what happens to celebrities when they fail to speak well in public. From the drama skit, we'll hit the road to hear from Nigerians why they fear public speaking. Next will be Inside Masterclass. In the masterclass, you'll find me teaching professionals how they can master this all too important subject matter. And then our guest today on the Eloquence Journey segment tells us how she became a chief executive and how public speaking helped her to rise from nothingness to a position of prominence. So sit tight and let's enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to the 23rd edition of the Horses Award. With great pleasure, I invite a wonderful and talented artist who has been a great inspiration to everyone at Horses, and he'll be giving up the opening speech. And with resounding applause, join me in welcoming Rector, aka Mr. Loverboy. Round of applause, everybody.
I hope so now they hear me. Alright, I want to say a very big thank you for this wonderful opportunity given to me to read out this speech, and as Nado said, not my kind of thing, but we go do it anyhow. Oasis is like a mother hen that has embraced different types of artists. Artists.
Come on for there, you know even sabi English.
Nah, your speech. Anyways, Oasis is the first of its kind to wanting to take entertainment to the next level. Big shout out to Oasis. Peace. Thank you.
Is that the celeb you were talking about? The one you want to present our new brand, Zeus, a luxurious perfume? No. This is unacceptable. I suggest you pick another person. This will not fly. It's embarrassing.
I'm surprised at this myself. So disappointing. I thought it would be of a good performance, but it cannot be our ambassador. We have to look for another ambassador for our project. I will personally inform the management about our decision. No, it is so disappointing.
Better do that as fast as possible.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you forget your points? Are you shy and need confidence? Do you bore people when speaking? Are you stuck with reading word for word? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how with West Africa's only certified speaking professional at the School of Eloquence,
the home of public speaking for private coaching, or attend our 2-day practical training in public speaking at 47B Oduduwa Crescent, GRA Ikeja, Lagos. Classes hold Thursdays and Fridays every week. To register or for one-on-one coaching, call 0802 303 2066, 0706 160 6078, or log on to www.schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
If we look at how Wikipedia describes public speaking, it says it is a process of speaking to a group of people in a structured, deliberate manner intended to either inform, influence, or persuade or entertain. Because when you're influencing people, you're persuading them. It goes further to say that the purpose of public speaking can range from simply transmitting information to motivating people to act, to simply telling a story. But here is the catch. He says good orators, good speakers, that is, should be able to change the emotions of their listeners and not just inform them. I started out by saying that all of the contexts, all of the various scenarios in public speaking can be surmised as just simply creating a human experience, because people can recollect what you said, how you said it, and then they can connect with it in some ways that gives you credit. However, whether we are speaking to inform or speaking to influence, which is also speaking to persuade or speaking to entertain, one key principle underlines all of speaking. If that speaking is going to be result oriented, and that principle is the eloquence principle. If your speaking is going to be result oriented, you must be eloquent. How will we know that you are eloquent? Eloquence rests on two legs. The two key ingredients that you must know, you must be able to clearly delineate, and which if you do, you can categorically say that you are eloquent. Now the first of the two legs is effectiveness. To be effective. To be effective simply means that the people you're speaking to get what it is that you're speaking about. They understand it, they have a very good appreciation of what you are speaking about. They get it. You might see that in their nodding. It's dawning on them. The facts, the gravity, the intent, the seriousness, the ramifications of what you're saying. It's clear in their mind's eyes. It's not ambiguous, it's not mixed up in any way. It's definite. And so they get it, and that makes you the speaker effective. That is the first leg. A lot of people, when they speak, you find it difficult to even understand what is it or what it is they are talking about. You're asking yourself, so what is he saying? What is she saying? They've been speaking for the past 30 minutes, and those 30 minutes seem like an eternity. That's why I tell you, so what are you trying to say? Have you ever found yourself in that situation? Someone goes on rambling, and then you cut it and say, okay, so what is the gist? What are you trying to say? And they keep going, all I'm simply trying to say. They ramble and ramble, they go around in circles, they keep going, and then eventually, because you've nudged them, you've pushed them, you want to extract what is the point of these 30 minutes. What is the essence of your being in front of us to give this narration? It must be clear. If you are in sales, people must get what it is, the value proposition you're bringing to the customer or to that prospect. If you're in health and safety, like you talked about, as you communicate, people must get the reason why they need to comport themselves in a certain manner. If there's a zebra crossing in the environment, there are some places that are marked with certain colors, and you have to walk down a particular path in order to get to where you're going. It must be clear that it's for your safety, it's for your well-being. We want you to leave this place the same way you came in one piece, that is. One reason why you get a lot of these agitations when you're communicating things that tend to carry an air of command to people, especially in a health, safety, environment situation, is because people don't get it. People don't get it. They don't get what it is that is being communicated. They feel they are being belittled. Most times it's because the first leg of eloquence fails. When such people come in and you're able to let them know, sir, as you know, this environment is littered with a lot of danger based on our operations and the logistical activity going on in here. Sometimes there could be equipment movement without notice. And because we want to prevent any unmitigated disaster, we have some safety procedures for your safety. They are precautionary, but it's because we want to be proactive. So based on that, everyone that comes in has to pass through this route for safety, for your safety. But when they show up and say, okay, we have a few safety tips. First, when you come in, go this way, go that way, go this way. What you're doing, you're just reading out. You're reading out data, and that data is lifeless as far as that audience is concerned.
Welcome to Speak with Power. Have you ever been to outings or events and people are being called upon to speak and they could not speak? The people who are being perceived as confident, all-powerful, they are being called upon to give a remark or two. And they can't. They become fidgety, they become sweaty, they become nervous, they become marshmallows, so to speak. Here I am today on the streets in Lagos, asking of people's opinion on why they think people are afraid of public speaking. My name is Damilola. Welcome again to Speak with Power. Ma, why do you think that people are scared of public speaking? Why do you think they're afraid of speaking in public?
In my opinion, I would say people are scared because basically the number one thing on ground, I think it's the root cause of it, because they are not people are not educated, they are not enlightened, and they are scared because not everyone can express he or herself. And so when you tend to ask people to talk, it's not everybody that really has that courage, that charisma, that self-esteem to come out and really speak or say their minds about things they know.
I think it's all about state of mind. and stage fright. What I would say about public speaking is that every human being has stage fright. Every human being has stage fright. But what you have to do is to work on it. Then, after working on it, one of the clues in which you can have confidence in speaking in public is to have the knowledge of what you are speaking about, and be confident. So when you have the knowledge of what you are talking about, what you want to talk about, it will boost your confidence. They say that preparation is the mother of confidence. So if you are well prepared, you will have confidence, then you will deliver.
Some people are afraid of speaking in the public because of shyness. Another thing is not being bold enough to face the crowd, to face public. Because you know, when you are speaking to a group of people, you'll be having what they call eye contact, and some people used to feel shy when they have eye contact with people, and some people are not composed. If you are not composed, you cannot speak to the public.
Anxiety, people are anxious, people are shy, people are unprepared, people are scared, nervous. Could be a combination of so many things.
They don't have this boldness spirit. Some people are very scared. They even in the midst of their family, they can't talk more about public where people are. So to me, maybe they are not bold enough.
Maybe they don't have confidence in themselves, you know, or that's what I call it. They don't have confidence in themselves, and they feel shy, you know, to speak in public. Maybe due to upbringing. You know, most students of nowadays, they don't like coming out to express themselves, and we as the parents, we don't encourage our kids to, you know, to be outspoken, you know, to express themselves either in the public, at home.
Everybody is trying to cover their kind of identity, because if they don't do that, if they go out or say anything that is against any other person in the public, they will definitely have to pay for it in one way or the other. This is Nigeria.
People are afraid of public speaking because, you know, in Nigeria, our own country is a place that if you speak the truth, either the law enforcement agents or whatever, they can come, you know, against you. So that is why a lot of people, when you ask them questions in public, they avoid a lot of things.
Most people are scared of camera, they are scared of facing the camera, and also inferiority complex, you know. So there are so many of them that they are just scared of crowd.
So there it is, you've heard it all. Join us again for another interesting episode of Speak with Power. Speak with Power was brought to you by the School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking. Bye-bye!
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you forget your points? Are you shy and need confidence? Do you bore people when speaking? Are you stuck with reading word for word? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how with West Africa's only certified speaking professional at the School of Eloquence.
The home of public speaking for private coaching, or attend our 2-day practical training in public speaking at 47B Oduduwa Crescent, GRA Ikeja, Lagos. Classes hold Thursdays and Fridays every week. To register or for one-on-one coaching, call 0802 303 2066 0706 160 6078 or log on to www.schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
My name is Kofi Idowunwell, also known as Kofi the Guru, beast of comedy, Nigeria's most versatile entertainer, comedian, actor, singer, producer, entrepreneur, and a responsible human being. My first time on stage was not just a wake up, take a mic and go in front of an audience. We started very small, which is what I tell young people, start very small. You know, when you're in the midst of your friends that you play with, your confidence level is normal. And they are the first clients and the last clients. Take note of that statement. Your friends that you started with in a small gathering are your first clients, and then they are your last clients. By the fading days of your career, they're still the ones around there who say, oh yeah, You're an old man then, or you'll be fooling yourself in front of the young generation that will be like, what's wrong with this old man? But those your friends, because they know the story of how you started in that small parlor with them. From there, gradually to the point where you now face the confidence level grew. It was not just wake up one day, there's this crowd in front of you, then you go and meet them and crack a joke. And then because I trained as a stage actor, facing the audience with your lines in your head, you had no choice but to deliver. There was nothing like take two. It's not a camera recording. It's not Nollywood. It's stage. So the combination of training as a stage actor and then having had experience from little gatherings just made it easy for me to stand in front of anybody as a comedian, as a public speaker, whatever I wanted to do in front of the people. 1,000 people, one person, it doesn't matter to me. But what is in my head to give to the person, I bring it on board and I deliver it. No fright. No, I've never had a stage fright, never. Before, during or after the show, never. First things first, to get out of the inability to confront an audience is to be friends with the audience. Most people don't understand that they are the audience. You have this thing in your head you want to tell somebody, a total stranger that has never met you. They don't know you. So first things first, you have to befriend them. That's why you see when comedians come on stage, area, how are they now? It's a gradual cajole and build up. But because we're used to the formal ways of presentation in public, good morning ladies and gentlemen, it just makes it flat. Comedians don't do good morning ladies and gentlemen. We go a bit more personal. That's why you see some comedians who just go, hey bros, how you doing? I see your head. They're just trying to warm up and be friends. So the first way to kill that phobia is to be friends with the people you want to speak with. That way, all barriers, all walls come down. When they see you as one of us, then they are ready, they are listening. You won't even know when you start flowing like a stream. You want to get done and they're like, no, it's not time for you to go yet. Continue, don't stop. Because they now feel that, this is our guy, he's talking. So, there should be no phobia if the audience, do you know you speak easily in front of your family? So that's it. Make them your family. That's the only way. The audience should be your family, not a customers. Customers are total strangers who walk on by. But for an audience that needs to hear you over and over again, they have to be family. But when it comes to public speaking, though some is scripted, but it has to be applicable to certain subject matters. Now in entertainment, there is a lot to talk about. There is a lot to deal on. And then of course, most entertainers are not so eloquent enough to express themselves when it comes to public speaking. Some entertainers, when you watch their interviews, you will be shocked at their diction and their thought processes. You know, first things first, we think in our mother tongue. Okay? But because English is our major expression, except you were born and raised speaking English and thinking in English, I would think first in Yoruba, then apply it. Some persons would think first in Pidgin, then apply it. But because entertainment is generally accepted with a certain lingua, you're supposed to express yourself proficiently in that lingua. Okay, so the only way in entertainment where we can marry public speaking with what we do is to train people in the act of speaking thoughtfully, not only in their thought process, their mother tongue, but for the benefit of the job itself. You need to be able to express yourself in such a way that it carries you as an upright entertainer. It places you right. You know, I want to listen to Katy Perry now. I will not just hear some trashy talk. There's a way, even if she's caught in a drama, there's a way she's going to use words to pull herself out of that drama. But if it was a Nigerian with the same scenario, he would dust it off by just, because he doesn't understand the perception of using language well. to express himself, to cover up defects. We just speak, and then we make slangs out of everything. We make games out of everything, jokes out of everything. We just, see the bean, my people, and I know see the bean, and so. And you're like, actually, what I'm asking is, now my sister, next question. So we need a lot of entertainers to understand that there is need to enhance your thought processes for the sake of public speaking in entertainment. Not just to entertain, but the way I speak, people, sometimes I arrogantly say it at interviews. I just want you people to know that I'm very enlightened and educated. I say it with confidence. When I'm talking, people can tell that, oh, there's a difference between this guy and some other entertainers. I don't just use words. I use expressions that tell of depth and value. Okay, most entertainers, their value is in their craft, and they leave it at that. They don't emancipate themselves for the act of the public. They just do that into the work and let it go. When it now comes to the interview, they just feel it's the same thing that was in the work that has to be. It's two different worlds. They don't know. Public image presentation is different from my work in public. This is not Kofi the comedian. This is Kofi the public presentation person. I'm selling myself to the public as an eloquent and thoughtful person right now. But then when you pay me to come and crack jokes, I enter the element of Kofi Daguru, the comedian. So they need to understand these differences. It might be hard for them to want to go back to school, but then you can get training from like this place.
I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of the program Speak with Power, and you can now see how important it is that public speaking be taken seriously in order to avoid the embarrassment faced by the bland ambassador. You've enjoyed the program. Remember that you can also learn the skill, and at the School of Eloquence, we offer you all of the opportunities you require to learn the skill, to practice the skill, and to advance in your use of the skill of public speaking. Till I see you next time, I leave you with the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson when he said, "Speech is power. Speech is to persuade. Speech is to compel, and speech is to convert." The stage is yours. Speak with power.